morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. I'm Bill the Geek, broadcasting live from Morelia, Mexico. Good morning. What up, everybody? Happy Saturday. Here we go. Got a lot to cover today. We got people showing up in the house. I got video clips, stories to tell. And I want to say good morning, Angela Morris. What up? Been a while. You looking good this morning, girl. Great to see you here. Hi, Vibe. We haven't seen you in years. Great to see you, girl. Put up a video this week. You were in here a couple of months ago talking about you wanted kind of like a smaller place to check out. Put up a video this week. Go to my channel, check it out. It was on Atlisco. That's Atlixco. Atlisco. It's about 45-minute bus ride from Puebla. Population 90,000 people. It has a nice feel. Check out the video. You might want to check that place out. So what's happening? It's a beautiful day here in Morelia. And if you're new here, ask questions. This is your show. I'm just the middleman to answer questions, give ideas. And a lot of times people will ask questions. And a lot of times people will ask questions and I don't know the answer. But we got people like Reggie Meigs in the house. He's been through Mexico checking stuff out. He's traveled all over the world. Maybe he has some answers. But if you have questions about the weather in Morelia, if you want to talk about, somebody asked me this week, a couple of days ago, somebody called me and asked me about, well, if I come down there, they're going to be cartel problems. Yeah, I can answer questions like that. I can answer some questions about immigration, where to live, what kind of food you can eat. And speaking of Reggie Meigs, here he is right here. Love your new intro. And thank you for the gentleman that put that intro together. We've got Dave, my neighbor, in the house. Always great to see you, Dave. I hope you and your lovely wife, Maria, we did an interview with Dave. I think it was in early January. Go to the channel, check it out. Very interesting story from Louisville, Kentucky. Let me tell you a little bit about Dave before I move ahead. Maria is a Mexican and Dave is an American from Louisville, and they worked together like 30 years ago in Louisville. But it just so happens that Maria is from Morelia. So one day they decide, hey, let's come down and let's move to your place, Maria. Let's go live in Morelia. So I've been over to their crib one time. Dave bought his house here in Morelia for $100,000. Nice place, 3 bedrooms. I forget how many bathrooms, but nice location. It's kind of away from the city, but he can probably get in his car and drive down into the city in a few minutes. Right now here in Morelia, the temperature is right around 64 degrees, and I think that's going to be the high today. It's been last week. David said that he thought that we were going to have an early rainy season, and I think he's right. It's been raining pretty much every day. The good thing about rain in Mexico or in the places that I've lived in. In Ohio, it might rain for like 2 weeks at a time. I remember living in New Hampshire for 4 years, and it might snow every day for 2 weeks. You wouldn't see sunshine for 2 weeks at a time. Then you get 5 feet of snow. That doesn't happen down here. Rain down here means it might rain for about 30 minutes. Maybe you get some serious thunderstorm action. Like this week, I heard a boom. I thought a bomb had gone off. Boom! Everything was rattling. Everything, boom! Stuff like that. But if it rains, it's not going to last for too long. And look who is here, none other than the buck stops here in Colorado, I believe. Howdy, Bill and friends. I'm glad to catch the live stream this week, Bucks. But the buck stops here. We're happy to have you here. We do this every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Been doing it for 4 or 5 years now, other than my hacked 4 months. But even when I got hacked, I was still going live on the other channel. If you're subscribed to the other temporary channel, you want to unsubscribe there. This is the new channel, and you can find the new channel right here. This is the address. It's @ Bill Dallas Lewis. This is the channel that you are watching right now. The new channel, which is the old channel, @ Bill Dallas Lewis. That is the official channel. The unofficial channel is Bill Dallas Lewis, living in Mexico. All right. And look who is here. None other than Ops Chief Marco. Buenos dias, familia. And Marco, I just found your donation that you gave last week. I just found it this morning. Yeah. So thank you for donating to the channel again. Thank you so much, Marco. When we got hacked, a couple of things to say. My birthday was June 1st. That was Monday of this week. So the channel got hacked. It got brought back. First, the email got brought back. Then the YouTube channel came back. But then, but I wasn't monetized. So when you see these live, it used to be for the live broadcast, you would see a join button, a donate button. You could click the donate button. It was very easy to do. So that all came back Monday. But there are like 4 entities that you have to deal with in the YouTube system. 4 entities. So I got monetized, but then this other entity, you have to get certain things verified. So a couple of days ago, I got unmonetized. And so all day Thursday, all day Friday, and for 2 hours this morning, starting around 6:30 in the morning, I actually got to chat with a real person in YouTube to take care of this verification situation that I'm in. So you don't see the join button, you don't see the donate little buttons, but I was assured pretty much that this should be taken care of once and for all in 2 to 7 days. So everything should be totally copacetic. The channel's still up. I'm still putting videos up, but life should be back to normal. It's been a little stressful, but that's okay. I have some really interesting conversations with people, and I have a female best friend in Columbus, Ohio, Pat. We met in grad school like 40 years ago. Wow, damn, maybe 50 years ago. Shit. Woo! Time flies when you're having fun, right? But she's a great lady, and we talk about once a month. She has a boyfriend, had a boyfriend for like 12 years. Um, and she asked me, Bill, do they come down and visit you? And I was thinking, um, no, my sister's been down to Mexico 2 times. My dad, when he was alive, he came down 2 times with his girlfriend, 2 times. My mom died like 10 years before he did, but I was thinking, well, no, other than them, nobody really comes to visit me. But then I started thinking, my YouTube family is actually my real family, and people come visit me all the time. In fact, in early, I'm going to say a year ago, you used to hear me say on the broadcast, and if you want to meet me, we can only do it at Friday at 10 a.m. And if that's scheduled for this week, and give me 2 weeks notice. So yeah, I get a lot of visitors. You guys are my family, and I've met so many people in person getting together for breakfast at 10 a.m. somewhere. We'll go to a nice place. Went to breakfast about 10 days ago with somebody. I'm not going to say her name, but she watches every Saturday morning. Went to breakfast with her. She's getting ready to retire and move here from California. And her brother's moving here also. And so we had a nice breakfast on the plaza, sitting outside of the restaurant. And she was so relaxed. She says, Bill, let's go sit in the plaza. We went and sat in the plaza, and she was so happy, so relaxed, just so relaxed. I tell you, I see people, I meet these people, and it's like their whole life, it's like they took a drug. They came down to Morelia, and it just changed their life. I got a story to tell you about another lady that I met. We got Shirley, Justice for All. Happy birthday, Bill. Thank you so much. Love that name. Justice for All. Good stuff. Now, I did go to breakfast with look who's here. Sammy has arrived. Buenos dias a todos. Buenos dias. Hola, Sammy. Are you still in Mexico City, or are you back in town now? If you want to surprise me, I'll be at La Comer after the broadcast. But she lives down the street. Dave lives down the street. Great to see you here. Okay, I got to tell you this story. I went to breakfast with a lady. She's Mexican. But almost all of her life she spent in New York City, Philadelphia, Texarkana, and she's moved down here. She's got an apartment down here. And so she took me out to lunch. We went to eat. We went and had Chinese food, and she was telling me about this experience she had. She's 73 years old, gets around fine. She's good. So she says, Bill, I got to tell you. Okay, so here's what happened. So her eyes were itching or something, and it was dark in her apartment. And she went to get the eye cleanser, eye drops to make her eyes feel better, but it was dark. She couldn't really see. So she put her hand in the drawer, and she knew that the eye drops were a small little squirt bottle. So she pulled it out and she put it in her eye, and it didn't feel good. And it started burning and stuff. Ended up, it was super glue. Super glue. Now, it wasn't super glue, but I showed you guys the glue. It's called Cola Loca, something like that. You can buy it everywhere in Mexico. And it's like super glue. I mean, it's like the super glue commercials. So she put that in her eye, and then she said, she in her mind, she was thinking, Mayday, Mayday, this is like super glue. So she got in a Uber and went to the hospital, and she said there were like 8 people in the room. Like, they got the nurses, the doctors, other people just watching, and they said, no, we got to take you to another hospital. So they took her to a different hospital. And thank God they got all that stuff out of her eye. I thought if you stuck super glue in your eye, you just go blind, right? But they got all of that out of her eye. Now her vision is totally good. And that process, at the very end of the story, she said the process cost her in total 1,000 pesos. If you're not familiar with the value of the peso converted to the dollar, 1,000 pesos, that's like $50. That's 2 hospitals, a bunch of doctors. It was $50 to get her all fixed up. And now she's totally good. Healthcare down here, the doctors, the dentists are excellent. And for what it's worth, I'm going to the dentist for an implant on Monday for you guys, because when I do this, you guys got to say, yeah, he the man. He got nice teeth. Got to keep my teeth nice. Go down to my dentist. I'm going to put up a video on my dentist, I believe, this week. Healthcare in Mexico is fabulous. El Rey Rayo. I'll be in PV on the 4th of July. Who knows? Maybe I'll swing by Morelia. Yeah, El Rey Rayo. It's about a 5.5 hour drive from here to Puerto Vallarta. But if you got the money, fly down. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, that was quite the situation. So I got monetized on my birthday. I was very happy. Didn't have no big party or anything, but I decided that since it was my birthday, I should do something special for myself. That's funny. Who puts something in their eyeball in the dark? If you can't read this, don't do it. That's funny, Buck. Okay, so since it was my birthday, I thought, well, what can I want to eat something special for my birthday. So I'm always talking about KFC. I know it's bad for you, and I don't go there often. I decide I'll just walk down to KFC. It's about a 30-minute walk. Walk down to KFC. I'm excited. I'm going to get some dark meat and some biscuits and some KFC mashed potatoes. So I get to KFC, and they didn't have any chicken. KFC didn't have any chicken. Oh, so they had some kind of appetizer chicken, like, oh, it was like almost looked like an ink pen with batter all around it with chicken inside. Okay, I said, okay, give me 9 of those. Okay. Do you have any mashed potatoes? And Lay says, no, we don't have any mashed potatoes. And then there was a Mexican family behind me, 5 people behind me in line, a whole family of people in there. They wanted some KFC also. And when the lady told me they didn't have any chicken, they just looked disgusted. They just walked out. Like, KFC ain't got no chicken? Oh, man. So that's how it can go sometimes in Mexico. Do you have health insurance? Is it expensive? That's a good question, surely. I had health insurance down here for 5 years. And when it started out, it was like $1,300 a year. And if I had an emergency, then that would get me in to the best hospitals anywhere in Mexico. And my deductible was like $500. But and then there were some pharmaceuticals that would get covered with that. But then that was year one, 1,300. Then it went up to 1,500. Then it went up to like 1,800. Then it went up to like $2,000 a year. And that's when I said, no, because I hadn't been to a doctor or in a hospital in 5 years. So now I'm freelance, like if I have if I can afford to break my leg or break my arm. Okay, I can afford to do that. But I don't go to the doctor. I exercise, I eat very healthy, other than going to KFC once a year. Okay. I exercise, I walk 4 miles, 5 days a week. But if I get hit by a truck and all my arms and legs fall off and all of that, I'm just going to die. That's just the way it's going to go. But healthcare is very affordable down here. Let me say this. Many pharmacies down here, they have doctor's offices, but the doctor's offices are as big as a closet. But they've got the doctor bed in there. The doctor's got his stethoscope. He's got his doctor stuff, and you can go in there if you get the flu, if you get a cold, you got symptoms of stuff. He can go in there and check you out, and then he can prescribe drugs because you're right next to the pharmacy. So you can go and see him. He's going to check you all out. I think I've done that once or twice, and it costs 40 pesos to get checked out. That's like $2. 40 pesos. 40 pesos. He checks your stethoscope. He weighs you, puts you on the doctor couch, tells you to grab stuff, tells you to cough, looks at your stuff. $4, So generally speaking, and David, who's leaving messages, generally, almost anything that happens to you, you can pay for it out of pocket. So there you go. I leave it alone. But okay, now here's something else. Now they have universal health care down here. So if you can get citizenship, you would get universal health care like every Mexican. You would be a citizen. Yeah, it's the one, David. It was the KFC across the street from Las Americas Mall. Reggie, that's like Burger King has no hamburgers. You're right, Reggie. It's like a Burger King with no hamburgers. So I appreciate all of you that support the channel. I've been donating to the channel. If you'd like to donate to the channel, there is a donate link in the description below, and that's how we can travel. We're setting up. I think we'll be fully monetized in about 7 days. I've spent a lot of time this week communicating with YouTube and the entities that make all of that come together. They're like 4 entities to communicate with. Another surprising thing that happened through this week of trying to figure out challenges that I had and getting fully reinstated is their AI chat bots. It's like you're communicating with a person, and I was saying, well, how do I do this? How do I? And they were coming, well, here's what you do. Here's what you do. And I gave a full list of everything. Do this, do that. Do this, do that. I mean, it was amazing. And these chat bots with 2 or 3 of the entities, it was phenomenal. And then the chat bot this morning said, well, do you want to communicate with a real person? None of the chat bots had asked me that before. And I said, well, sure. So I clicked the button. Next, I'm communicating with a real person, and I think they're going to resolve my situation. But I've been hearing about the challenges of AI. And these chat bots are so efficient. It's like, who needs people? I almost had a nightmare about that last night. Well, who needs people if you got people that can answer all these questions and it was like talking to a real person. Okay, let's see now. Again, that was a great person about medical care. The medical care down here is awesome. So let's see what's going on. Rope Drop. Good morning from Rope Drop. Thank you for your videos. You're very welcome, Rope Drop, and great to see you here. And if you're brand new here, consider clicking that like button and maybe the subscribe button. Maybe make a donation to the channel by clicking that donation link. Thank you, Rope Drop. Okay, I was showing you guys some videos last week, and it was at the very end of the I was showing you some videos last week. It was at the end of the broadcast. I didn't get to show you all of those. I haven't been on the road taking care of the YouTube channel technicalities, and I probably won't go back outside of Morelia for another month, but I have plans for things to show you. I will be traveling through Morelia. It's a beautiful city. I'm going to talk about food. We're going to deal with Morelia transportation. So those videos will be coming up over the next 4 weeks. And then I'm getting the implant. I think I have to go back once a week for about a month after I get the implant. And look who is here. I caught another yoo-hoo. I'm traveling a bit in France now. Loving it. You go, girl, with your bad self. Will you ever be back in Morelia? Siempre Italy. Good for you, girl. You go. You enjoy yourself, and great to see you. So I've got some, but I do have some clips this morning. I couldn't finish. I didn't have time to show all of the clips last week, but I'm going to continue. And I got some clips from my trip to Mazatlan. So a few of these clips you're going to see right now I showed last week, but I didn't show all of them. But this place right here, this is Mazatlan. This is a beach in northern Mazatlan. It's in a place called Sinaloa Country, something like that. It's in northern Mazatlan, and there are several. And look at the cute little girl and the cute mamas. So a friend of mine there, her name is Terry. She's 80, and she has a condo for rent up there. And she said, "Hey, Bill, I'm a little sickly. If you want to stay in," she owns a home right 2 blocks from the beach, but she rents a condo that's a block from the beach. And she said, "Well, Bill, if you come after April, then you can stay in my condo for free." And she's a friend of mine, strictly platonic. And we We would go out to breakfast on the beach like once every month and a half. She's from Colorado. But the condo, so I stayed in her condo for free for a week. And it was very relaxing. Got to visit downtown Mazatlan. I'm going to put up another video about downtown Mazatlan maybe this week. And okay, now this place right here, this is where we're going. This is about a 5-minute taxi ride from her condo and her house. And the name of the place is really called Lucky Bastards. That is the exact name of, there's Terry right there and her friend. He rents a room in her house. Very, very intelligent man. He does financial statements and stuff for people in the United States. So this place, and there's the transportation vehicles, and this is in front of Lucky Bastards, known as Lucky Bees. And there are like 4 locations in this neighborhood that have live music regularly. And this is American. They have many American bands. Many of them are Americans that have musicians. Some are Mexicans that are excellent band members, you know, the bass, lead guitar, all that kind of stuff. They be jamming. Lucky Bees, another place. This is you got to visit Lucky Bees, Lucky Bastards. If you go to Mazatlan, you want to hear some really jamming old time music. Now this is rock and roll. They get down with the rock and roll. And it depends on what time you go, because there are so many senior citizen Canadians and Americans. They don't start the music like in the United States. When I was going to bars in Columbus, Ohio, next to Ohio State, we all had IDs that said that we were 16, because that was back before they had pictures on IDs. So the guy went to high school. His dad was the head of the Ohio Department of Transportation. And he was my pot dealer. But I don't know how he got him, but he could get real blank driver's license. I mean, blank. No pictures back then. You would have the blank driver's license, and then we would buy the blank ones from him for $1, and we could give them to the girls in our high school in the business class, and they had the IBM typewriters, and they would type in your name, date of birth, all of that, and we take that. When I was 16, I was 21. Then we go to High Street at Ohio State and party. But anyway, we wouldn't get to the bars until 9 o'clock. In Mazatlan, many bars, they start playing music either at 2 in the afternoon or at 4 in the afternoon, and they're done by 7. Okay? Because you got senior citizens. Now, they might have another band that will start at 8 and play later. But at places like this, Lucky Bastards, nice neighborhood. If you visit Mazatlan, you want to hear some good music pretty much all year. Lucky Bastards is something you want to look for. And if you're staying in El Centro, you're talking about a 15-minute Uber or Didi ride. Yes. Yeah. So I was at this place maybe a month ago. Somebody just donated to the channel. Let me check my screen over. Justin in Iowa. Thank you very much, Justin, for donating to the channel. Justin, click the donate button. Justin, click the donate button in the description below and donated to the channel to support the upkeep of our channel and for future travel. So there's Terry up there in the blue shirt, and her exercise is dancing. She loves to dance. So she says, hey, Bill, you want to go to Lucky Bees with me and my roommate, and we'll go dancing? I said, sure. And that's her form of exercise. 80 years old. Right on, girl. And since she owns her home and rents a condo, her monthly expenses are electricity and food. She told me once that her total monthly expenses are less than $100 a month. What's that? Electricity, water, maybe some gas. And for gas, that's how you use your dryer and your hot water. But she owns her home, and and then she was in real estate in Colorado, so she has some kind of pension thing and some Social Security. So she's a wealthy woman. So here we go. Yeah, there's Terry out there doing her thing in the blue shirt. Yeah, I would play the music, but it's copyrighted. But this is, it's good. And that's Jan on the lead guitar and the blue shirt in the middle. I used to live down the hall from him in my apartment in Mazatlan, him and his wife. And the three guys around him, the drummer, the bass player, and the guitar player, those are Mexican guys. And they're fluent in English, and they're singing that good old rock and roll. And I'm dancing. I got my camera out. I'm using my glasses. I'm using my glasses to take. There's Terry doing her thing. Yeah. There you go. We were having a funky good time. Hey, ooh, people walking by, waving at us and everything. Hey, they want to come out and do some jamming too. Get with the program. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. That's what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, shake that booty, girl. She's just walking through, wanted to say hello. Yeah. Yeah, so if you in Mazatlan, when we were drinking a beer, they have really good burgers there and chicken. Terry said, do they have places like this in Morelia? I've never seen a place like that in Morelia, where all the people are expats and they're only playing American music. Not to say that they don't have it, but I just don't go out. I stay at home, edit video, watch news on the TV. That's what I do. I had to think about, I told her, oh yeah, sure, we got that in Morelia. But then double thinking that if you live in Morelia and you're watching this broadcast and they have places like this in Morelia, let me know. I know they have places like this in Puerto Vallarta. I know they have places like this even in Chapala and Ajijic. In Morelia, I don't know. I have no idea. I think maybe this is the last. Those were like T-bone steaks. They're going to chop those up and turn them into tacos. Yum. I mean, that's some of the best meat I've seen at a taco stand in Mexico. And that's it. Those are clips I had ready for last week, but I didn't get through all of them. So there you go. You won't have to see those again. We got people leaving chats. We have 42 people in the house. 42 people in the house. And people are clicking that like button. Justin, subscribe. Hit the donate button, and he is the donator of the day. Thank you, Justin. Okay, let me check out. Okay, David. Hey, Bill. Four more gringos. I guess I saw 4 more gringos yesterday in Costco. The funny thing is that I usually always see them at the cheddar cheese case. Yeah, that's funny. I used to be a Costco member, but it ended up the only reason I was going to Costco was for Munster cheese, Costco toilet paper, and Costco paper towels. And occasionally I'd get some Costco king crab legs before the prices went out the roof. But then I found other toilet paper, other paper towels, started eating Mexican cheese, and that was it for Costco. I was done. Yeah, but you can get cheddar cheese at Costco. Good morning, Donetta. Donetta, good morning, girl. Great to see you here. Sammy, while we are in Mexico, mi esposo, that's her husband, caught stomach bug. He went to Farmacias Similares, and that and was very satisfied with the service and meds. By the next day, he was much better. The cost was $3.50. Okay. Many times when I'm on the road, I will shoot video of the pharmacy, and it's called Farmacias Similares. And that means the pharmacy similar. And their logo thing that is on every sign is más barato, pero lo mismo, which means the same price but cheaper. Same price but cheaper. So they went in there, saw a little doctor, got some drugs, $3.50 in and out, and all was good. Thank you for that. Where in the United States, what will any doctor in the United States do for you for $3.50? Buck stops here. Currently, the U.S. Department of State lists Michoacan as level 4. Do not travel. And Michoacan is where I live. That is the state I live in, Morelia, Michoacan. Do not travel state due to high levels of violent crime and organized criminal activity. Australia, Canada, Singapore, UK also. Hey, all I can say is F those people. I'm down here every day. I don't run into any crime. The country with the highest crime rate is the United States. And if you want to visit the biggest criminal on the planet, just go to Washington, D.C. and go down to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. And there you can visit the biggest cartel leader in the world. He's killing people every day, but because he has so much support, nobody talks about it. Michoacan is fine. Bye. Okay, we'll check out the video. Thanks as always, Bill. Yeah, thank you, girl. Jen J, 4315. Good morning from New Jersey. Next year at this time, I'll be living in Mexico. Good for you. And I was telling you guys I went to breakfast with the young lady from California. It was about 10 days ago. And her plan is to get down here in January or February of this upcoming year. And she was down here for a week trying to get her citizenship. Long story, but she had such a good time in a week. We saw each other one time that morning for about 3 hours. And I know right now she is depressed because she's back in California. I'm from Ohio. When I was in Ohio, I was thinking, how could anybody be depressed in California? But there's a bunch of depressed people in California, and she's one of them. Poor girl. Buck stops here. Australia, Canada, Singapore, UK also have issued travel advisory on Michoacan currently. Right on for them. I think the do not travel for Michoacan are mainly because of Bill. Woo-hoo. Hey, that's right. That's right. Because I'm dangerous. I'm dangerous. Woo-hoo. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Don't come to Michoacan because Bill the Geek is down here. You don't know what he gonna do. You don't know what he gonna do. Yeah. Shirley, everyone, please like the video. I want to see you dance, Bill. Maybe one day I can dance. I can dance better than Michael Jackson. Hey. Yeah. Prince. Yeah. I'm the man. Hey. I should have dance lessons down here. I think authorities just make up bans to detour folks from visiting and slowing down tourism. I've never had any problems in Mexico. Okay. Now, my private opinion is, with all of the retired people and all of the people working online throughout the world, if everyone in the world knew how safe and affordable and how good the climate was down here, that a whole bunch of people, especially from the United States, would just come down here. Why live in a place that's really expensive and it snows with lots of crime all the time in every city? Crime in every city, all the jails are all filled up. If everyone knew how wonderful Mexico was, how safe it was, how cheap it was, people would, the population down here would increase probably by 20 million people. And then all those dollars in the United States from retired people and working online would just disappear. That's what's, in my opinion, that is what is going on. Yes. Good morning, Bill and family. Hope you have a great weekend. Jim Foster Real Estate. If you're in Colorado and you want to do a real estate deal, you want to go to Google and do a search for Jim Foster Real Estate. Jim Foster Real Estate will set you straight. How you like that, Jim? Is that good? Does that work? Sammy, yes, they do have places like those here. Okay. Sammy knows. Sammy be out till like 3:30, 4:30 in the morning. Hey, I'm up at 5 a.m. I can't hang with that girl. No. I go to places like that in Centro and in the park. Okay. You have to school me, girl. You have to school me, girl. Tell me where those places are. Maybe we'll go out sometime. Right on. Sammy, I'm bad. Mi esposo, her husband, medications cost $17 for 3 types of medication. Okay, 17. But hey, man, what kind of drugs can you buy in the United States for $17. Woo, Keith. I've got a neighbor who plays electric guitar up in Paseo at Lozano and sings old American and British guitar rock. You can even find cherry Coke and plain Doritos in Altozano. Right on, man. Yeah, Mexico. You can. Hey. They got a bunch of very good American, Mexican. Okay, let me say this. When I was in Puerto Vallarta, I lived there 10 years. So they have a couple of jazz bars in Puerto Vallarta. And at the time, this is 10 years ago. But this is like serious jazz. This is like John Coltrane, Sonny Stitt, stuff like. I mean, they be getting deep into the jazz. So my dad came to visit. I took him there, and he's a jazz freak. I grew up when I was 3 years old. I remember him going to the stereo with those albums. He put on an album, and he'd be playing jazz. I was 3 years old. I grew up with jazz. So we went, I took him to this jazz bar, and it was like a 8-piece band, piano, bass guitar, drum, all the jazz stuff, horns, saxophone, cornet. And it was all this is all Mexicans, and their jazz was serious. My dad was blown away. I mean, he was freaked out, and he was asking, how is it these Mexicans can play like this perfect jazz? And after they were done, he went up to them. Some of them talked English. He says, and he asked him, my dad, he says, how you Mexicans know this jazz so good? My dad was freaked. They told him, hey, this is what we do. We're professional musicians, blah, blah, blah. I tell you what, man, Mexico has everything. And I'm going to say everything that Mexicans do, they do it right. Come on down. SP and KC, Hola, Bill. What's the safest state in Mexico to live in? Nobody talks about that. All states in Mexico are safe. Every state, there is no safest state in Mexico. All the states are safe as long as you're not dealing drugs, buying drugs, getting drunk, and trying to hit on the cartel president's girlfriend, or starting a fight with the cartel president's 3-year-old kid, third grade kid. But other than that, all of Mexico is safe. I've been down here 21 years, and I've only run into gunfire one time in 21 years. And I've lived in many cities, and I've traveled a lot. All of Mexico is as safe as anywhere else in the world. Ops Chief Bill will be in Morelia later this summer for a baptism. Right on. Hook up. Let's hook up, Marco. Let's hook up, have some breakfast. It's time to meet you. Time to meet you. Right on. Yeah, Marco, you got all my emails and everything. If you would, please email me a couple of weeks ahead of time so that I can clear out some time on my calendar. The buck stops here. You're right, Bill. U.S. and Mexican government estimates indicate that 1.6 million and 2 million U.S. citizens now live in Mexico overall. Source Fox News. Okay. What's going on over here? Moondog. Hi, everyone. Reverb Twang here, right? On Reverb Twang. What does that mean, man? Does that mean that my sound is Reverb Twang? What does that mean? What does that mean? Morelia. Morelia is on my list of places I may move to. Okay. And hey, I don't party like when I lived in Puerto Vallarta. Yeah, I'd work in the day. But I'm when I first got to Puerto Vallarta, I worked Monday through Sunday for about 10 years, working online. All my clients were in the United States, Australia, Great Britain, a couple in Italy. But I was done. I was done at 3. And then I was at the bars in Old Town 4 nights out of the week. Yeah, and that's back when they had young people that would go to the bars. Yeah, I don't do that anymore. Not like Sammy. Sammy be out. That girl be out. Woo, yeah. Yeah, I want to go out, Sammy. Just don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. I don't want to have no heart attack or nothing like that. Okay, my name of my channel. Oh, Reverb Twang. And my jazz name. Your jazz name is B Sharp. That's funny, man. You don't know, but my mother's maiden name is Sharp. Yeah, my mother's maiden name is Sharp. And she had 5 sisters. They lived in Mount Vernon, Ohio. That's an hour outside of Columbus. 6 beautiful black women with the last name of Sharp. And they all went to elementary school with, what's his name? He was kind of gay. He was on Hollywood Squares. Everybody here knows who he is. Maybe I'll come out of brain warp and remember his name. Yeah, the Sharp sisters. Okay, I have some more video clips here. I have some video clips, and I visited this place about a year ago, and I'm going to say, no, not Nipsey Russell. No, it's a white guy. Paul. I think his first name was Paul. But he was on Bewitched sometime also. But this is a place I'm going to show you some clips of, and I think that it is a beach town that most people have not heard of. Paul Lynn. Paul Lynn. That's him. Paul Lynn. My mother grew up with Paul Lynn. That's him. Yes, that's it. In Mount Vernon, Ohio. Bill was known as the Cuban Heartbreaker back in the day in Puerto Vallarta. Yeah, I got stories to tell. And Gary Z, welcome. Glad to see you here. Paul Lind. Yes, that's him. You all got it. Yeah, I don't know how to spell his name either, but that's him. Yeah, yeah. Grew up with my mother. And who would have thought? Mount Vernon, Ohio. Now we're going to go also for Moondog. Let me Reverb Twang. Let me write that down. Reverb Twang. I'm going to visit Reverb Twang, listen to some music, and subscribe. And also for Reggie Meggs, you gave me the name of a guy last week to look up on the net and check him out. But I deleted that by accident, so I'm going to email you again. Don't send it now, but I'm going to email you again with that name. So now we're going to go to a place that I was in about a year ago, and this place, Zihuatanejo. Zihuatanejo. I don't know how I found this place. I don't know why I went there, but it was a very enjoyable visit. Here we go. Uh-huh. Where is it? Oh, where is it? There. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Zihuatanejo. This is a quaint, affordable little tourist town. It's right on the beach. It is a 4-hour bus ride from Morelia, and that's a non-stop trip. If you come to Morelia, I'd say this is worth definitely 2 nights for sure. There are expats that live here that own homes here. I know that I stayed in a hotel there it was like $25 a night. And look at all of the expats. I don't know from what part of the world they are from. I did run into some very rude South Africans there. They were extremely rude South Africans, but I ran into some nice Americans and some nice Canadians. It's a very affordable city, and if you do a search for Zihuatanejo, go to YouTube, search for Zihuatanejo, and put in Bill Dallas Lewis. After that, you will find the video. And I took a tour there with this taxi driver named Tony, who took me all over town. Now this I'm gonna call it a town. It's right next to Ixtapa. It's about a 5 or 10 minute drive from Ixtapa, and Ixtapa is a high end tourist town. They have the high rise inclusive restaurants. Tony took me there and dropped me off at one of the high rise exclusive restaurants, and I look like, when I'm traveling, I look homeless. So I'm walking to the hotel, and this big buff security guy, he comes up, he says, "No, man, you can't come in here. You got to be checked in to get in." Okay, I said, cool, man. I was gone. But this is worth my neighbor, who is from the state of Washington. He's a missionary. He has 3 kids. He's white. He has a wife. And he went to this city, and they have fishing boats. And he went to this city, and he caught a tuna on the fishing boat. I don't know what they did with it after they caught it, but he was very happy about it. Zihuatanejo. I'd never heard of this place before. If you want to get away from the razzle and dazzle like a Cancun, a Puerto Vallarta, a Mazatlan, this is just a nice little city that's affordable, and they have transportation. So you can get an Airbnb that might be a half a mile out of the city or a mile out of the city, but they have combis. Because I was asked Tony, and it's beautiful scenery, mountains all around. They have many different beaches. They have like 8 different beaches with all different names. And then you can go up on the mountain, look down at all these beaches and lots of pelicans and all of that. And young people, older people. I saw a lot of young couples in love walking around. I'm going to say you could probably, if you're in love, or maybe you're on a honeymoon, you might stay here a week. You know, you're on a honeymoon, you go into the apartment, get your groove on, Hear what I'm saying? Come out, go down to the beach, go eat some dinner. And they have the place that I stayed in. I think it was called like the Zia Tanejo Hotel. Don't stay there because it was nasty. It was only $25 a night, but it was nasty. Don't stay there. Pay some money, pay $50, pay $75 a night to stay somewhere. But this is El Centro, and they had bands playing American music very loud at nighttime. So they be jamming and partying, all that kind of stuff, but I was in my apartment because when the sun go down, that's when Bill the Geek go down. I go down when the sun go down. There's a little OXXO over there, but it was. I was there in the winter time, and it was hot and humid in the winter time. In the winter time, it was humid. But when the sun went down, I went out a little bit, but you can see it's nice and clean. I like the city layout. Easy to walk around, lots of places to eat. Everybody's very mellow. They got funky music and bars you can go to, get your groove on at nighttime. I saw a bunch of young lovers walking around. These people had to be on. They had that honeymoon look on their face, like, oh, I'm so in love. I'm so happy to be, foolish people, right? I'm so happy to be here with you. Now that OXXO right there, there's an OXXO down the street from where I live. That there are 20,000 OXXOs in Mexico. So the lady that worked at that OXXO, she owned a home in Ixtapa. And she would go down there every 6 months for like 2 weeks, stay at her home in Ixtapa. She finally got a job there. So now she lives there full time. I forget her name. Okay, now, but this is it. Very clean, very peaceful, very quiet. You could have a good time. I totally enjoyed it. You can go fishing here, watch the video. I have Tony. He calls himself Tony the taxi driver. And look at all the boats. You can rent boats and go out, go fishing, or just get a boat and just go ride around the bay. I don't know how much it costs. The tourist stuff in Mexico is expensive. they be charging you, okay? So they are going to charge you for that boat. But, if you got that money to spend, hey, right on. Let me check donations over here very quickly. Oh my God. Reggie Meggs just made a big donation to the channel, and that is so greatly appreciated, Reggie. That is very much appreciated. Justin donated to the channel. Reggie Meggs both made very generous donations to the channel, and that is greatly appreciated. And they did that by going down into the description and clicking the donate button. See how easy that was? Or if you don't want to donate, click the like button if you like the content. And if you're new here and you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button. We will be back on the road visiting I don't tell people where I'm going before I get there, but I will be on the road July the 5th. July the 5th, I will be on the road again. Just like Willie Nelson says. Willie Nelson, he sings it just like I live. I live Willie Nelson's song. I'd like to sing his song, but it's copyrighted. But if I could sing it, I would just rock your world. But I can't because it's copyrighted. Let's see what's going on here. Here we go. Here we go. Moondog. I have Tiki Spy Jazz Surf Music for days. Right on. I'm gonna have to listen to that. There you go. Paul Lind. Yes, that's who I'm talking about. I forgot to play a video. Rainy day here in Montreal. Hello, everyone. Jamie, great to see you here. Jen, it's pronounced. Oh, thank you. Z-Y. Tenejo. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, the locals call it something else. The locals call it Zihua. Zihua. And I was on the bus, and this old Mexican lady, we were talking in Spanish on the bus. I said, "Where are you going?" She says, Zihua. I had no clue what she was talking about. No. Before I move ahead any further, let's talk about the peso. Friday, there was a stock market reduction. I'm not going to say a crash, but a big reduction. And the peso followed suit. So my rent went down about $10 a month as of this morning. So if you're looking to move here, to rent here, to buy property here, the peso is moving in the right direction for me. As of this morning, my rent is at $505 a month. How you like that? Zihua looks like a nice place. I like the historic charm and the walkable street. Very flat, not one cobblestone. Kirk, Ola Kirk, that is where Morgan Freeman went at the end of the movie Shawshank Redemption. Who would have thought? I've seen the movie 2 times. I forgot all about that. Thank you very much, Kirk. That is so cool. Oh, man, now I'm getting chills off that. Right on. Beach towns in Mexico are fabulous in my experience. Alicia Hawkins. Hey, y'all. Happy Saturday to you, girl. Hope you're doing good. Moondog Travis Nevels is my name, but my channel was made to share community events like local bands, golf, disco golf, roller girl, and not just my stuff. Right on. Yeah, everybody visit. It's called Reverb Twang. Go check it out. Reverb Twang. You heard it first here on the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. Yeah, hello, my fellow Buckeye. Hola a todos. Okay. Hi, y'all. Hey, yeah. Okay, I still have some more video clips, and we got Eugene. Eugene is in the house. Good morning, Bill. Happy Saturday, brother. Right on. Same to you. You're looking good in that suit and tie. I'm down to one suit jacket, and I only use that one for my Dark Dawn show. But when I was working in corporate world, I had 10 suits and about 10 pairs of shoes. I used to iron my white shirts every Sunday. I knew how. My dad taught me how to get the heavy starch. That's what I did Sunday for 2 hours. Ironed the shirts for the week. Had the ties, 10 suits. I was looking good. Yeah. Had to make that money. Right, Eugene? Hey. All right. I got a few more video clips over here. Let's see. I just have a few more clips. Let's jump down to here. No, how about this one? Yeah. We did that. Let's go over here. Zihua. Zihua. Lots. You can. I'm going to say to walk all through the city. You can do that in maybe 3 hours if you check out the whole thing. But you can see these people relaxing under the thatch, the large thatch hut. People sitting under the palm trees. You don't see any crime here. You don't see any crime there. Nobody getting robbed. Everybody's all chilled out. The pelicans. In Puerto Vallarta, I saw pelicans every day. Mazatlan, you see pelicans every day. And in Morelia, you don't see no pelicans. So I like to see them. I like to see them fish, diving for their food. And look at all those beautiful apartments and homes up on the hill. And Tony, my taxi driver, who took me all around, showed me stuff on a tour. He says he knows a lot of Americans that have lived there for maybe 30 or 40 years and own homes there. So this is in the middle of the week. It's in the winter time, but you can see it's not freaky deaky crowded. Mazatlan in the wintertime can be freaky deaky. Puerto Vallarta in the wintertime can be freaky deaky. Let's not talk about Cancun, but right, you can see the name of this city. It's 4 hours directly south of Morelia. They have a one-way direct bus. 4 hours, that's nice. Okay, now we're going to move along to a different place. And again, I'm showing these videos because I've been communicating with 4 YouTube entities all week. It's been somewhat stressful. So I wanted to have some video clips to share with you today. So I tried, well, what can I show them? But this is one of my favorite trips right here. The Chepe Express. Most people have not heard of the Chepe Express. This is an awesome trip. It's an awesome trip. I'm going to show that again. The Chepe Express. And it leaves from Los Mochis. Los Mochis. Let me turn off this banner and turn this one on. El Chepe train to Copper Canyon. This is one of the best trips I've ever taken in my life. It's a train. It leaves Los Mochis, and then the train goes north about 16 hours. And there are, I think, one day it goes north, the other day it goes south. So they have about 14 pueblos that you can get off in. But if you get off, you have to spend the night. And then you wait. You might stay a week, a couple of days, something like that, and wait for the train. So you have to wait until the next day before you can go back. If you're going to come, so you have to talk to the people and say, well, there's a north day and a south day. And I'm going to say at almost all of those stops, they have hiking and biking and tours through and around the Copper Canyon. And I'm leaving from Los Mochis, and it's an international crowd, people from all over the world. I chose a pueblo that's about 8 hours. It's like into the middle of the trip. And it's you really have to research this trip. If you go to El Chepe train, they have that. You can get your tickets there. You have to be patient with these people because they're not really, they're not real customer friendly. And then you have to get on the internet and see what towns it goes to. Then you're going to have to search for places to stay in those towns. If I were to do this again, I would get a tourist agent to book this whole trip, to book the train, to find the city that you want to go to, the hotel to stay in, and any tours or hiking activities, bike riding, all of that. So here's what the trains are like inside. Very comfortable. These seats were more comfortable than the bus. I met people on the train from the United States, throughout Mexico. People were very friendly. They have a restaurant car. And I met these ladies here. We're all going to go eat breakfast on the restaurant car. Very nice. I think one was from Phoenix. The one in the back, the one right there, that is her daughter. They live in the state of Washington. And Los Mochis were headed north. Once you get about 2 or 3 hours north of Los Mochis, for 2 or 3 hours, it's very boring. You're going through flat land. But after about 3 hours on the train, this is what you see nonstop for about 4 hours. Now you're getting into the mountains. You're getting closer to Copper Canyon. And Copper Canyon, they say, is 5 times bigger than the Grand Canyon. Yeah. So if I did this by myself, I had totally a good time. Here are the views. Lakes, mountains. We're headed north to Copper Canyon. One of the best trips I've taken in my entire life. I can't imagine what it would be like to be in love. You can take your kids on this trip. If you have kids, take your kids. I think this would be a wonderful romantic honeymoon trip. Or if you just hooked up with somebody and you want to say, hey, want to take a trip for a week? Yeah, okay, well, let me hook up the trip and let's go. Go ahead and hook up this trip. And whoever you're taking with you on this trip, they will be blown away. I mean, they will want to marry you. Can't show that clip because it has audio. That's a mistake that I made. But it's just the train ride is fabulous. It's fabulous. And you know me, I'm boring when I eat food, so I ordered a cheeseburger on the way there and a cheeseburger on the way back, and it was delicious with French fries. And hey, I've eaten a lot of cheeseburgers in Mexico, and if it's one thing Mexicans know how to screw up, is a mofo cheeseburger. They can screw it up. But on the Chepe Express, they did it just right. It was delicious. Yeah. I mean, what words can you say about this? This is awesome. Look at that. Look at that. Let me stop that and restart the video. Look at that train track down there. Who built? I'm gonna stop that and play it again. Look down there at the bottom. Who built that train down there to go all through the mountains? Mexico is filled with awesome engineering throughout. I think if you look at the statistics, Mexicans are probably better educated than people in the United States and other parts of the world, especially when it comes to math and engineering. So there you go. I'm going to say that I've traveled through Great Britain, Germany, Turkey, Italy, all over the United States, throughout Mexico. And this is one of the most fabulous scenery trips I have ever taken. I have the full video on my YouTube channel. All you have to do is do a search for El Chepe Train, Bill Dallas Lewis, and then you can get the details on how to get to Los Mochis, what city I stayed in, where I got off. Okay, so I'm going to jump ahead just a little bit. So I'm going to go to the part where I get off of the train. Now I'm getting off of the train. I'm in the city. It's not really a city, it's a town. It's a town. And they've got everybody's luggage pulled off of the train, ready for you to grab. They're very organized. And the guy there in the blue shirt, that sign he's holding says, Bill Dallas Lewis, my hotel. He is my hotel guy. I forget his name. But that sign has my name on it, Bill Dallas Lewis, and he's going to take me to my hotel, if you want to call it a hotel. And here we go. I'm going to get in his car, and off we go. Also, he took me on a tour around the city. That cost me another $20. But he picked me up for free. But I think I was going to stay there for like 3 nights. There it is, the Darley Hotel. There it is. Believe it or not, that's a hotel. They have a restaurant in there. I met some wonderful ladies from Spain, a mother and her daughter, and they were speaking Spanish, and I understood their Spanish better than Mexican Spanish. I understood everything they said. They were writing a book together, and here is the restaurant. See that 3 there? That's a room. The next room, I guess that's 2. I was in number 1, the last door down. Here's the owner's relatives of their cooking up food. They had excellent breakfasts and food through the day. Oh, so now this is where the guy takes me on a tour. You want to go on a tour and see stuff? They had, and you have to watch my video. Do a search for El Chepe Train, Bill Dallas Lewis, and they had a fabulous hotel. I think that's it right there. I didn't know any better, so I didn't go there. But so then he takes me somewhere. Now we're getting to the canyon. And people live up here. Right there, you can see a doorway with a deadbolt on it. People live up in the canyon. And there's a name for the people. I give you the name in the video. They speak a different language. And these are people that escaped the Spaniards. They saw the Spaniards coming. They said, "Nah, fuck this. No, man, we ain't doing that. Let's get with it and go up in the canyon where the Spaniards never come up and find us." There's a lady right there, but people live up here. And So the tour guide kind of dropped me off. He says, okay, just walk that way. And that's the canyon over there. This picture just does not do the canyon justice at all. This does not do the canyon justice at all. No. Once you get up there, it's breathtaking. If you thought the train ride was breathtaking, once you get to your hotel and you get over here, you start walking through the canyon, and what the people you're going to see now, all these people were on the train. So everybody kind of knows you. Everybody say, hey, hi, what happened? What be up? What you doing up here? You got a joint? Hey, want to do some blow? Hey, what's happening? That lady, I sat right next to her on the train from Mexico City. But the train people become like a family. And look at this. Oh my God. This video does not do this view justice. Look at that. I mean, this must be around 6:30 at night. The sun's going down. It's a nice, cool breeze day. Oh, man. Yeah. Look at that. This trip is strongly suggested. And if you can find this video, the El Chepe train, Bill Dallas Lewis, they have zip rides and all this other kind of stuff you can do in this city. I did that. I've got some of those I'm going to share with you in a second, but not too much more. There you go. Yeah. Now, I don't know if I could live here. I think the hotel had internet, if that's what you want to call it, a hotel. I think they did have internet, but this is rarely I say that I would not live there. But right now I'm thinking, no, I don't think I would live there, but I would go back. I would go back. Now, here we go. Okay, let's see. Let's catch up. Bill, my mom is 80, and she just asked me to ask you, are you going to move to Agua Calientes? She watched your channel. No, I'm not moving to Aguas Calientes. I would in a minute. I think I put up that video this week. I put up the Aguas Calientes video on Tuesday of this week. Talked about it last week. If I had run into Aguas Calientes before Morelia, maybe I would be living in Aguas Calientes right now. I'm staying in Morelia as it stands right now for the rest of my life. I've moved so many times. I take so many trips that, and Morelia for me is perfect. I'm married. I'm married to Morelia, and Morelia is my wife. I might go out and visit other women, but I'm married. And when I say other women, that's like other cities and pueblos. I go visit the women, but I always come home to Morelia. Morelia is my home. I think of, okay, what? Yeah, okay, right on. Selena, hola, Selena, hola, what a blessing to you. Saludos from Texas. Selena, great to see you here today. El Rey, Chepe from Chihuahua to Copper Canyon was $90 and cable car $5. Okay, yeah. The train ride I found to be a one way. It is a little pricey. Look up the prices. It's not super pricey, but it is pricey. Came on Ride the Train. Come on, ride the train. Okay. Yes. Looks like a Hot Wheels track. It's very beautiful. David, if you drive in Mexico, you might have a different opinion about that civil engineering. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. And I have driven 2 times into Mexico. One time from Ohio, one time from Washington D.C., and everything was good. But you got to know what you're doing. You don't want to take any wrong roads. That looks like a beautiful scenic ride. It is. Yeah. How did you schedule the tour guy? Okay. He owned his own. Oh, okay. The tour guy. The tour guy was associated with the hotel. Watch the video. The tour guy, he's like the son of the hotel owner or the son-in-law of the hotel owner. So he works at the hotel. He has other jobs around town. He knows the people. He lives there. So that's how that was hooked up. Yeah. Racone. Hello, Bill from Ontario, Canada. Welcome, Canada. And Canada, elbows up, gloves off, over the side. Yeah, Canada, kick that ass. God bless the Canadians. My wife and I are going to Mexico in November for 2 weeks. Yahoo! Have a great time. Surely. That reminds me of the Grand Canyon. Yeah, it's like the Grand Canyon, except it's 5 times bigger. I love the plants and birds. I have a wild crow buddy that talks right on Moondog. Freaky deaky. Every mountain pueblo has magnificent canyon vistas. No luxuries. There was one luxury hotel. If you watch the video, you can take a peek at it. So you're a cheater. Yeah, I cheat, but I always come home. There you go. Okay, I only have a couple of more Copper Canyon videos here. I only have 5 more video clips. Here's one of the places where people live. I wonder what it's like inside. What do the people do all day? They speak a totally different language. What do they do for food? Are they vegetarians? I don't know. But I'm not National Geographic. I don't claim to be National Geographic. But it was, I only have like 3 or 4 more video clips. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, this must be fall. Look at the tree. There's the guide right there. Just hanging out. Funny. Yeah. Oh, man. I have 2 more video clips. Yep. I think the next 2 video clips. So this tour is happening in the evening after I got off the train, but I think this clip is the next day. There you go. I think this is a zip line. You get in this zip line car and it takes you through the canyon, which was totally awesome. Then they have kind of like an amusement park up there. Here, those are the zip lines right there. You can see those wires. One car goes one way, one car goes another way. I did it. I paid the money. There it is, right over there on the right-hand side. There goes one, right there. Here it comes. There it is, right there. Yeah, it was cool. It was very cool. And so you go from one place to the other, and it was very enjoyable. Oh man, now. Okay. Okay, here we go. Yeah, sorry, does he? Okay. That stupid autocorrect. Haha, I understand. Ricone, we want to move there and live in Mexico for 6 months a year. Any suggestions that is reasonable? And do we need a tourist visa? Yeah. If you come down to Mexico, when you cross the border, you automatically get a tourist visa. Now, things have changed in the last week. It used to be automatically you came across the border, you automatically got a 180-day tourist visa. And if you fly down, it used to be they give you a piece of paper, you fill it out, the airlines charges you $25 for that. You got your 180-day visa. Lately, and this happened about a year or two ago, when all of a sudden they started giving people 5-day visas or 2-day visas. But if you're going to be here for 2 weeks, but if you want to come down and stay 6 months at a time, then in the future it may get tricky. In the future, for your 2-week trip, just show them your airline tickets and say, oh, well, we just need 14 days. But in the future, you might want to consider having an agreement from somewhere that says, oh, I have this lease here. I have a lease here for 6 months. And then if you show them that you have a lease for 6 months, then they'll give you a 180-day visa for sure. So watch that carefully. But if you're coming down for 6 months, you don't want to get a 5-day visa. Yeah, so check that out. Now, popular cities, Mazatlan is a very popular city, as you may know, for Canadian expats. So if you want to hang out with Canadians, listen to like Canadian country, Western music, that kind of stuff, Mazatlan might be a spot. And you can stay there for maybe your first 6 months. Just ask questions to people. Hey, how do you like Mazatlan? You might like Mazatlan. If you get to Mazatlan, I'm going to say between October and April, then it's Canada heaven. The hotel, no, not the hotel, the apartment building that I lived in had about 400 units. Everybody was Canadian. Everybody. I lived there for 2 years. I never met so many Canadians in my entire life. But so Mazatlan might be a good starting point. If you want to not speak any Spanish and hang out with Canadians, there's lots of music and stuff like that. On the other hand, if you want to move to Mexico and be around Mexicans, you might like Morelia. My suggestion is I would find a place in the middle of Mexico like Morelia, and then look at the videos that I have created over the last 2 years. And it's all towns and cities around Morelia. Very affordable, perfect weather year round. The thing about all the Canadians in Mazatlan, they leave April 15th. They're gone because Mazatlan is hotter than hell in the summertime. But my advice is frankly to find a place like Morelia, near Morelia, stay for 6 months and just travel around for 6 months if you can. Okay, I have to go to Mexico consulate for my residency visa so I can buy property in Mexico, right on Moondog. Well, I've gone through all my video clips, and I think I have covered all the content for today. If you're watching the replay video and you want to support the channel financially, then click the donate button. And for people that regularly donate, I want to thank you so much for donating so that I can take trips like this and deal with getting my YouTube channel back up and running. Oh, wow, man. So I'm headed to the grocery store. Let's see. So that's all I got. I want to thank everyone for showing up today. We'll be back next Saturday at 10 a.m. With the grace of God, maybe I'll be fully monetized again next week, so that the join button and the donation buttons will all show up. Somebody else just donated to the channel. Oh, God bless you, Alita Gardner. God bless you, girlfriend, for making that super generous donation. And she just Justin and Reggie and Alita Gardner, God bless you guys for supporting the channel and helping me take these trips. Shirley, don't forget to like. There you go. On the way out, if you got this finger right here, use it. Click the like button. If you like the content and you're not a subscriber, click the subscribe button. If you're watching the replay, click the donate button. Justin, so happy you got your channel back. Good things happening. Justin, hey man, I still have like 7 days of stuff to deal with or to wait on. So I got 7 days, then I think everything's back to normal. But I got monetized on my birthday at 8 o'clock in the morning. We still got work to do, but I'm so happy, Justin, that, oh, wow. Woo, man, you've been here. You've been through it. John Gray, what's happening, dude? Bill, I expect to return to Morelia in October to spend the entire winter this year. I would be honored to buy you breakfast again. And I will be living again in Fraccionamento Vista de Huerta. Yeah, John Gray, we had breakfast, I think 2 times. And John Gray, I was at your restaurant. We went out to breakfast 2 times. The first time we went to one restaurant, and then I said, John, let's go to this other restaurant across the plaza. And John had been in Morelia for a while, and it ended up that what I thought I was going to show him a new restaurant. It was like his restaurant. All the waiters knew what he was going to eat, what kind of coffee he drank, all that. So I was just there like last week, John. And when I got hacked, John, I've been thinking about you. I got hacked, so I didn't have your email anymore. My email got hacked. All the contacts were hacked. I couldn't get back to say, hey, I was hacked, John. I got a new channel, but now I'm back. This is the channel. Great to hear from you. My email works, the same one, John. So contact me so we can hook up. Maybe it's Wendy. I don't know. I was out on my electric scooter, just got in. Everyone will need one soon with gas running out. Yes, on your electric scooter. Yeah, they say, I mean, wow, who can afford to drive? Whatever. Sammy, please press like button. Yeah, the like. And if you can't find the like button, click the like button. Yeah. Okay, I'll be 59. Right on. 31 years vegetarian. Right on. Sammy's a vegan. Wendy. Okay, I got it. Wendy. I'll take note. Wendy, thanks for joining us. Click that subscribe button. Click the like button. If you're watching the replay, click the donate button. I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. I know that I missed a couple of videos here. These are important videos. Maybe I didn't put them up, but they can wait until next week. In very important videos. So I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. We make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. Is it hot there, Bill? No. Is it hot there, Bill? No. It's kind of freaky deaky cool. The hot month in Morelia is May. And then it's going to be maybe a high of 83, a low, maybe 60, but it never feels hot. There's no humidity. So unless you're out in the sun, if you're out in the sun in the daytime for a long, then it may be, all you have to do is get under a tree. This week, all week starting today, it's going to be a high of around 65 and a low of 53, which is kind of freaky. That's what we're headed into mid-June. So this, I tell you, I say it every week, Morelia with an altitude of 6,000 feet, I got to say this is the best climate in the world. Okay, now play flute. Maybe one day. You said you would. Okay, people are asking. Maybe I will. Sorry. Oh, not the light, but I was looking for the like button. Sammy, I was looking for the like button. So you meant the like button. Follow Sammy's instruction on the way out. If you got an extra finger, click the like button. So love you all. Thanks for sharing this time with us today. If you're new here and you click the subscribe button, stay tuned. We have many more videos to come. Peace, love, and joy to everyone. Adios, amigos. Good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. I'm Bill the Geek, broadcasting live from Morelia, Mexico.